Hi everyone. In my previous video, I was able to discuss mumps virus with you, how to contract mumps virus and how it is also being transmitted. And I was able to simplify all these means of contraction and transmission to you. So today I'll be talking about the preventive measures and the possible treatment you could give to anyone who has contracted mumps virus. However, before you ride on with me today, I would like you to go back and watch the previous video if you have not watched the previous video, at least to have a background knowledge of what we are talking about. So, how to prevent mumps virus? The basic thing you have to do in prevention of mumps virus is to vaccinate your children. Have your children vaccinated. Now, what are the types of vaccine your children need to take? There's a pack of vaccine we call the MMR vaccine. The MMR vaccine stands for mumps, measles, and rubella. So if you take this pack, it helps to prevent your children from contracting measles, it helps to prevent your children from contracting mumps, and also rubella. And this vaccine is given between 12 to 15 months. Then that's the first dose is given between 12 to 15 months. Then the second dose is given between 4 to 6 years. So it is given twice, and make sure your children collects the two doses to prevent them from contracting either measles, mumps, or rubella. And it has been proven that it has efficacy of about 80 to 90% in preventing these illnesses from attacking your children. So make sure you vaccinate your children. However, apart from vaccination, other things you need to do is to make sure that you have a good hygiene. Now, you have to develop a personal hygiene which you could transfer to your children. Once you have a good hygiene, you can also transfer it to your children. One, you need to learn how to wash your hands. Then you teach your children how to wash and when to wash their hands. One, they have to wash their hands when they come back from school, after mingling with other children, in social centers, in schools, in churches. When they come back, or in worship centers, when they come back, take your children to a proper place to have their hands washed with soap. Then when your children finish using the restroom, try to get their hands washed. Before your children eat and after eating food, make sure they wash their hands. So make sure anytime your children touch surfaces, abnormal surfaces, they should also have their, their hands washed. Then another thing is develop the habit of using a hand sanitizer. Wherever you go to, have your hand sanitizer in your pocket. Whenever you touch a surface, sanitize your hand, because viruses thrive in both wet and dry surfaces, so it can survive on any surface. So you shouldn't say because this surface is dry the virus will not affect you, or because this surface is wet the virus will not affect you. No, it is not waiting for you anyway. It could be contracted from any source. Then another thing you need to do is to cover your mouth and your nose. Now, mostly when you sneeze, make sure you sneeze into your elbow. Okay, some people have this habit of sneezing openly, understand, spreading droplets from their mouth among others. And once you hear those droplets, you get what the person is suffering from also contracted if it is communicable through such aerosols. So another thing you need to do is to be sure that you cover your nose, maybe with the help of what's it called, nose masks. You can cover your nose to prevent spreading or contracting such viruses. Then another thing, another stuff you need to do is to keep away from people or from someone that has contracted this virus. If anybody has contracted this virus, what you need to do is to separate the person from other people. That's a common way of isolating the person. Instead of allowing the person to mingle with others, spreading the same virus, the best approach is you separate the person. That doesn't mean you don't love the person, but for the sake of other people around the person contracting the same ailment, it's better you separate the person. So once you separate the person, you get the person treated in a separate place. Okay. Then another thing is, don't share clothes, don't share towel with somebody that has been infected. Most times, out of love or out of compassion, you feel like, okay, we should share this, and after all, we are brothers or we are sisters or we are friends or things related to that. No. Once somebody contracts this and you were used to sharing clothes, towel with the same person, don't do that once the person has contracted this. So it's very important you keep personal hygiene as much as you can. Then, treatment modalities. For the treatment of somebody that has contracted mumps virus, there are modalities you have to apply. One, some of the things you need to do at home, simple things you need to do at home include: one, allow the person to rest, to be resting very well. The person needs to sleep very well. At least for an adult, you have to sleep. What health standard is that you have to sleep for at least between 6 to 8 hours per day. Then for children, it should be from 8 hours to about 12 hours per day. So allow the person to sleep, allow the person to rest, to have a good rest. Then another thing is, hydrate this person. Make sure the person drinks water often. You understand? Make sure the person is well hydrated. Give the person good um, um, water to drink, clean water to drink, and let it be often. Let the person hydrate himself very well. Then another thing you need to do is what we call cold pack or warm pack. You apply compression, just like you get a fabric like this. This is a hand towel. So you can fold it in this form. Then what you do is, that place that is swollen, where the person complains of pain and all that, what you do is you dip this in a warm water, use it and compress the place gently, not forcefully. Gently, you compress the place. So you do it morning, afternoon, and evening. You can use cold water if the person is hot, or you can use warm water if the person is hot, and compress the place. So you do it 3 times in a day, and you make it a daily activity till the pain and the swelling go away. Then the other stuff you need to do is to treat the symptoms, like the person complains of headache, the person complains of joint pain, body weakness, and the person complains of maybe generalized body pain. You understand? So what you do is you can get um, analgesics for the person, or you can even get paracetamol for the person to reduce the fever. So with this, after about 7 days, you see that the virus will diminish, the intensity of the pain will reduce, and the person becomes fine. So thank you so much for listening. I hope to see you in the next video. However, subscribe, comment, like, and share, and make sure you ask your questions. I promise to attend to your questions. Thank you so much.